It's finally time for me to do the Baki character tier list. And today, I was planning on doing it earlier, but I had a lot to do, and plus this round the only time I could actually finish the video. So let's get started. I'm gonna start off with the main antagonist, which is Yujiro Hanma.
丹念に積み上げた上達の実感だった100年余りが取るにも足らぬ錯覚の歴史だったことを。動くな。えれいことになるぜ。
Now this guy right here is the definition of what Black Air Force activity is. Whoever gets in this man's way, they instantly get annihilated. I'm like, this man is on pure demon time 24/7. Even his own son, Baki, couldn't stop this man. Like, who can? And it's like, every time I see Yujiro Hanma, it's like he either whooping someone's ass or someone's scared to face him so he won't whoop their ass. Like, it's just insane. And I have to put him at S rank because this man is just a complete savage. Like, why not? Okay, the next one is Biscuit Oliver.
なんだかすっかり気を使わせちまったね。まあ、私のパンチなど通用するはずもないのだが、せっかくのチャンスだ。お言葉に甘えさせてもらう。 だけだし、あんた。
Now, Biscuit Oliver, I have to admit, he is a great character. I like him a lot. When I saw him in the Raitai tournament and the prison part of Baki, when he faced Baki, I'm not gonna lie, this man looked OP. Well, until, of course, Baki faced him, like, of course, it's freaking Baki. Of course, he'll have protagonist power, but he gave him a good fight, and plus Biscuit was tearing people up. In the Raitai tournament, I saw that he folded a guy in half with his bare arm, which is freaking insane. Like, how the way you literally grab someone's head and literally fold them like an omelet, literally. To me, that's insane right there, but he's still weaker than Yujiro, though. Next up is the main protagonist, Baki Hanma, right here. Now I have to admit, Baki went from weak to strong and still getting stronger. That's why I have to say he's an S rank character, because it's like he's still developing. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could see more fights with Baki, because sometimes it's like they cut to other characters, which is fine, but I want to see more of the main protagonist fighting, you know? That's pretty much what I gotta say for Baki. I like him a lot, but I want to see more from him. A little bit more, but not that much, because he has a lot of tools and techniques that cannot be underestimated. Okay, I'll go with Spec. Now, Spec was a big problem. This dude literally shot his own jawline, and it did not affect him at all. Spec, you could tell he was a crazy motherfucker as soon as he walked in the room. I'm like, what the hell? This man literally could breathe underwater for 5 minutes. The man broke a man's jaw and took out his gold tooth. I don't know if he sold it or whatever. He just took it out for some reason. And then it was just freaking crazy how he did him. Honestly, he was going hard for real. He really was. Okay, next up is Doran. Now, I liked him a lot too. I have to admit he was good at first is until he got knocked into childhood. Now, before he got knocked into childhood, this man was wanting all the smoke. He was facing Retsu, he was facing Doppo Orochi's son, he was facing everybody, and the main one that had to tear him down was Doppo himself. So I would have to put him between A or B. I feel like he's a B because he got beat by a side character. I'm gonna be honest, he didn't get folded by a main character, but he was fighting pretty good. I'll say he's a good character. He's a good one. Okay, the next one up is Retsu himself.
出て行きなさい。出て行かぬ者は遠慮なく私が叩き伏せるぞ。
君と私では片腕のハンデくらいでやっとフェア。
構わん。知りながらやっていたことだ。
素晴らしい。
おっと、弱かよ。
欲しい。何としても欲しい。
Who is one of my favorite side characters. Retsu, he gave Baki a hard time in the I believe it was the original tournament in Baki the Grappler, not the Ride Type tournament, the original tournament. And also he was the only Chinese fighter that was still standing in the team match tournament. Or one of the only Chinese fighters. I think he was the only Chinese fighter that won in the Ride Type tournament. When he faced that bald-headed guy and he won. I forgot his name though. So I have to give Retsu his respect, and I really like his character a lot. He even helped Baki out when he was poisoned, so I like him a lot. Next up is Muhammad Ali Jr.
Even when I'm hurt bad, I can't help but get up. I always get back up. I keep fighting, no matter what, every single time. No matter what, I get up and fight.
Now, I hated his character. I hated his character so much. He is, to me, an L character. I just did not like him at all. Like, I didn't like him at all. He fought regular fighters with ease, but then you have the nerve to try and take the main protagonist's girl after getting your ass kicked by Doppo and the other guy. I have to research his name real quick. It was the jiu-jitsu guy that did jiu-jitsu. I have to search up his name. But he's the guy with the glasses. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's the guy with the glasses, and he's good at jiu-jitsu. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he got his ass whooped by him. Even by his own father. He got faded by his own father. I'm like, come on now. And then tried to face Baki, and Baki folded him with ease without suffering any scratch at all. So he was trash all around, just pure trash. Also, this is not all the characters. This is not every single character in the series. But this is like characters within like the Ride Tie tournament and a little bit in the prison tournament. So these are not like all the characters. Some maybe from Baki the Grappler, but I'm like really going over the main characters. Maybe I should go over the side characters and let me know down in the comments. But okay, next is Doppo Orochi.
老人を相手に武器を使うよ。空手を使わねえというオイラの言葉を信用してねえだろ。
からって嘘。
空手家が空手使ってどこが悪いんで。
Now, I like Doppo a lot. I'm putting him at A rank. I like Doppo a lot because he's one of my favorite side characters as well. Even though he got beat by Yujiro Hama, but I wasn't surprised that he got folded by Yujiro Hama. I mean, it's freaking Yujiro Hama. This man is on demon time and 24/7. I mean, Dobo did beat down Doran. That was a good W. He did last a very long time in the Baki the grappler tournament, even though he lost against Yujiro like with ease. He did suffer one loss against Muhammad Ali Jr., but I think he let him win, kinda. Kinda let him win if you think about it. And it's like he literally beat Doran with a nub, so I'm like, okay. You must be pretty tough to beat someone with a stub. Like, after getting your hand cut off, you are one tough bastard. I have to tell you that. So I have to say he's right here. And also, his son, though. See, his son is like B, slight bit below him because he was good in the original Baki the Grappler tournament, but it's like in the facing the prisoners, he got folded. So that's the reason why I'm putting him under A, putting him right at B. I'm putting him right here. Now Hashiyama right here is A because. Because it's like, at first he was kind of, he went from C to like, no, I'm gonna put him at B because it's like, there has been times he got folded by Yujiro too at the beginning of Baki the Grappler. So it's like, I want to put him at A, but he did suffer a big W against Spec. I mean, why did I say suffer? Got a big W against Spec, so I have to give him more respect for that. And he beat him in awesome fashion, so I have to give him that much credit. Okay. Hector.
腕に鉄骨を動かねえ。配線が切れちまったか。そんなことより目がよ、目が見えねえ。
Oil. Now, I have to admit, I don't want to put him at complete trash. I'm gonna put him at like okay. But like, he fights really only with weapons. That's the thing. It's like when you face him with a weapon, you pretty much bound to die. But if you're facing him like without it, he's pretty much weak as hell. So I'm putting him at C. He's okay. He's like, he's alright. But he's not really pushing like that. He's not really a huge threat, you know what I'm saying? He's not really a threat that much at all. Not really that much at all. So, hold on, I gotta search up the next character. Now, Sorsky? Yeah, Sorsky, the Russian guy who climbed out with his hands.
Yoshi, わかった。そのままでいい。
This guy I would have to put at B because like he was folding the hell out of some mob boss dudes. And he was straight up just mixing people. Oh, whoops, sorry. Close this. He was straight up mixing folks right there. He was. And the crazy part is that until he faced Baki and he tried to get with his girl. Like, I don't know what is with people. Everybody trying to get with Baki's girl. They get their ass whooped. Like, come on. I mean, just leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. But he was a threat. I have to admit, he was a threat, but not really that big of a threat. Okay, the old man who fought Yujiro in the Raitai tournament.
Less than the antidote to fighting. Everything else is simply meaningless nonsense.
But what's more important, that man's a veteran fighter who's been training for those 100 years.
Don't be so arrogant, boy! Hear me!
I have to admit, I have to give him credit. He's at A because you actually hurted Yujiro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He actually hurted Yujiro to the point where he bled. So I have to give him some credit. Even though he didn't win, he made him bleed. And here's the guy I was talking about that was a jiu-jitsu fighter. I have to put him here because he played a big role in Baki the Grappler and in Baki facing the prisoners. Even though he did win one match, but I believe he lost the other, but he played a big role in both, so that's the reason why I'm putting him so up high, if you know what I'm saying. And our final character, hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, I found his name. His name is Ryuku. And this is the guy who had the armor-piercing slap, which was the slap where he whipped somebody with a slap. And, of course, he also gets folded by Baki, but he does defeat Baki at one point. So I have to put him at A. But really, he kind of caught Baki off guard. But when it came to a one-on-one fight, he got destroyed. Because Baki already knew that technique and beat the hell out of him with it. So, yeah. That's my light list of Baki characters. I might do a part 2 since there's like a ton of Baki characters. Let me know in the comments if y'all want that. And I'm out. Peace.